Good morning, y'all. What a shaking. Just sitting here with my gray on because gray matters. I better hear from you tomorrow. Just waiting to go into church, doing my usual charging up of my beads. Got these beads, the usual. I got the Team Fox beads. You know, one of the reasons I like to come to church early and sit in the parking lot and listen to the worship music is because I want to think about what I'm going to be praying for, when I get inside. You know, what I'm grateful for. You know, because listen, for me, and I don't want to forget that, because sometimes for me, church gets a little crazy, gets a little emotional in my head, because I like to utilize that time to sit and think about my life, you know, where I've been. I reflect on where my life has had me, where I am, and more importantly, where faith has taken me. And what I will tell you is, in a week's time, faith is taking me to Washington in Capitol Hill, with a very gracious invite from the Fox Foundation people. You know, I'm going to be speaking to lawmakers, senators, members of Congress. You know, who would have thought a year ago, when I was making crazy videos, that my voice would be heard by some of the most important and powerful people in Washington. So of course I'm going to thank God for that. I'm going to thank my faith for that opportunity, as well as the Fox Foundation. But what I am going to do is I'm also going to pray that, I don't know, that these powerful people take my message with an open heart and an open mind, because I know that they have got the power to move the needle for us, for a cure, for me, for you, for millions of others. You know, somebody also asked me, you know, you're going to write down your story, you know, so that you're not nervous, or when you're talking to somebody, you're going to write everything down. And the answer to that is simple. No. Listen, my story is what it is. It's my life. My story is what I wake up to and I live every day. Every tremor, every shake, every frozen moment, you know. How can anybody with Parkinson's forget that? You have a daily reminder, an hourly reminder, every minute reminder. But what I will pray for is that my message is accepted, again, with an open heart and open mind. Because these people have the power to help turn what I believe my story is, from a horror thriller, whatever you want to call it, into a beautiful story of love with redemption, and one that has a happy ending. Listen, I'm a big believer in community prayer. You know, what that means is that if you put out into the universe what you're praying for, and it's accepted genuinely, and people pray for you genuinely, the same thing, like anything else, is power in numbers. You know, so if you know anybody affected by Parkinson's disease, if you have it, if you're a caretaker, even if you're not, you know, I ask that you just pray along for me, as well as all these other people attend in Washington, to hear my voice, and that the lawmakers, again, hear my voice with an open heart and open mind, because they have the power to just move us not a little closer, but to the finish line of a cure. God bless you guys. I love you. Thank you.